Bene.
And now you have to connect it to YouTube.
Yes, you are. We are.
Oh, we are live now?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Hello, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today we have Siwei Tian, the developer of a new cave serving device, the Cavway X1, and he will present it as this new device. Before giving him the presentation, the word, just a brief introduction. Marina, go for the second slide, please. Cave serving devices have been with us now for 15 years. It started with the DistoX in 2009. The devices was introduced by Eb, and it ran out of production in about 1 year and a half. Then Eb came up with the DistoX310, which is I would say, which is still the golden standard of cave serving devices in around at the end of 2013. But as the year passed, the device, which was based on Leica devices, measuring distance meter, could not be, was harder than harder to find the basic Leica devices to make the modification for the DistoX2. And I would say even in 2022, when the DistoX2 was not produced anymore because of the problem with the Bluetooth chip, Siwei took up the project and made a modification for the Bluetooth low energy. And so now we have the DistoX Bluetooth low energy. At the same time, not at the same time, before that, the two other devices came out. SEP, first there was SEP 5, which was not very effective as a measuring devices for caves. And in around 2022, again, SEP's number 6, which is a bit better. Another device which is also widely used are the Brick 4 in 2021, and now Brick 5 in 2023. And now there is a Cavway X1 by Siwei. Siwei is a young engineer working in Beijing, China. He started these new devices at least 2 years ago. I got his first mail about this new device was in May 2023, and now we are in July 25, so 2 years. So it has been a long work to do it. He had a long experience, a good experience with the DistoX, so he knew a lot of problems about digital devices for cave serving. But the Cavway looks like it's a great improvement over the DistoX, and I hope today he will explain us why is better and what is done in these 2 years of development, and that's it. So Siwei, if you want to take over the presentation, Marina, you can stop your slide sharing and give the room to Siwei.
Okay.
Okay. Siwei, it's to you.
Okay, thank you. And I will try to share my screen.
Yeah.
Let me see where to share it. Sorry, which button?
Third one.
Yeah, three button. Okay. Presentation. Okay, I like to share the whole screen.
While Siwei is sharing, let me remind you that if you want to ask something, you can write in the chat if you are connected, if you are following the live stream, and Marina will report your question to Siwei. Or if you are in the room, you can just raise your hand.
Yeah, okay. Could everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will begin my presentation. Okay. Okay. Then I begin. My topic today is a current research and development progress of the new Cavway X1. As we all know, I have spent a lot of time on this new project. Maybe more than 2 years. I began this project in 2023, and the first slide is self introduction. I'm a skilled electronic engineer for 15 years, and I developed the DistoX BLE board, and I'm also a member of volunteer team of Fangshan Global Geopark, and I began the development of Cavway X1 from 2023, and this project has takes me a very long time because I faced a lot of difficulties. I don't want this new device rely on any third-party product like DistoX. So I designed the PCB. I also designed the structure, the case, and there's a lot of silicon parts. Everything is designed by me, and in the final, I have to put everything into production by mold, not homemade, not 3D printed. So this will take me a very long time to do it.
Excuse me. Marina has raised the question. What's the problem, Marina?
Not. It's not me.
It's not you.
No, it's you, Omar.
It was a mistake. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Say.
Okay, I go on.
You have to introduce Marco.
And why Cavway X1 is delayed for a very long time? Firstly, I estimated maybe I can put the device into production in spring of this year, but finally, due to my personal healthy problem, I got hospitalized for a very long time, nearly 2 months. And after I get home, I can only work less than 4 hours a day. I have to rest in most of the time. That's why the device is delayed for a very long time. Another reason for this delay is I faced more difficulties than I expected. As the Cavway X1 is designed to be a complete industrial-grade precision instrument, everything is manufactured in modern factories. It's no homemade. Everything needs a mold to put it into produce, and the mold development is not easy things, and always it takes a very long time. For example, the keypad is made by silicon, and the USB plugger, the upper cover, upper case, down case, and the filter glass, and the top glass part of the screen, everything has to be designed, customized, and produced in a factory by molds.
Okay, yeah. Excuse me, Siwei, I made a very short translation in Italian for non-English speakers.
Ok.
Siwei ha detto che ha cominciato questo lavoro, questa idea di fare un nuovo dispositivo che non dipendesse da dispositivi fatti da altre parti, da terze parti, da compagnie, 2 anni fa. E ci ha lavorato molto perché ha dovuto superare molte difficoltà nella progettazione di questo, e questo dispositivo è fatto completamente ex novo in tutte le componenti, tutti i pezzi da zero, e tra le varie cose che ha voluto fare un dispositivo che fosse un prodotto a livello industriale quasi. a livello industriale, cioè per cui non è una cosa fatta in casa, ma tutte le parti sono progettate e realizzate in fabbriche. E in particolare ha curato tutti i dettagli della tastierino fatto in silicone, i dettagli del case, e poi dirà il fatto che è waterproof, è IP67, forse anche 68, e quindi per ultimo ha avuto dei problemi di salute che hanno ritardato l'uscita di questo dispositivo. Okay, please go on.
Okay, thank you for your translation. Next difficulty I face is many waterproofing process still requiring testing to achieve very reliable waterproofing. There are still some issues about the selection of sealant adhesives, and the dispensing process also needs further refinement. To put this device, okay, you can.
Dispensing, you mean the distribution? Excuse me, Siwei. By dispensing, you mean the process of how to distribute, how to sell the product?
Yeah, the dispensing process is the putting the glue on the device, the surface of the device, somewhere on the surface of the device by a machine. This is called dispensing process.
Okay, thank you.
And may I go on? Next slide.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the final appearance of Cavway X1. We can see the right two photos of this device. This is the upper side, and this is the bottom side. On the bottom side, there's a screw. By the screw, users can connect the device to a tripod, and we can see the second photos from the left. There's another screw on the rear side of the device, which can connect to a small tail to enable more precise measurements. And the device is slightly bigger than DistoX, but I think it's almost the same size, but a little bigger. Yeah, this is the.
Ok, I translate. Queste sono 3 viste del dispositivo, c'è un alloggiamento per avvitarlo su un tripode sotto, sulla parte finale dietro c'è un altro alloggiamento per attaccarci una coda per fare misure precise, e a sinistra vedete l'alloggiamento per la presa USB, di cui non ho ancora parlato. Come misure è leggermente più grosso del DistoX, ma veramente di poco. E come peso, a mio avviso, è comparabile a quello del DistoX, per cui il maneggiato sarà un po' come il DistoX. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your translation. And there's one more part is there's a silicon protective cover design to protect the device, similar to a smartphone's protective cover. You can see on the there's a cover here.
L'ultimo ha detto che ha fatto anche una cover come quella degli smartphone in silicone per dare maggiore protezione per gli urti.
Okay, and here's the current progress of Cavway X1, and I have already finished the PCB and firmware development for a long time, and I have been concentrating on the design of the case, waterproof and the case design for nearly a year. Achieving very reliable waterproof grade is not easy things. I also put some of the parts into production. For example, the silicon buttons and the silicon USB cover, the USB plugger have completed mold development, and are now in mass production, and the main housing, including there's a two part of the main housing, including the top cover and the bottom case, has completely initial mode development and detail modifications. And now, and the ways to achieve a reliable waterproofing, I'm still testing the main housing because there's some dispensing issue, and also the selection of the glue is also another topic. And I am currently in discussion with the factory, assembly factory. We are talking about adhesive selection and assembly process, and the silicon protective case has not yet begun mold development. It still needs some time, but most of the parts have been molded, and some of the parts like the chip head and the USB plugger and the filter glass in front of the laser have been put into a mass production.
Ok, brief translation. Ha detto che le componenti, molte delle componenti sono ormai in produzione di massa. Praticamente il case, la parte da fronte, davanti e dietro, la lente protettiva del laser. Quello che le due cose che ancora non sono in produzione di massa sono una è la protezione in silicone, ma la seconda, la più importante, sta ancora discutendo come fare le chiusure che collante usare per le chiusure tra le due parti del case, in modo che sia a prova, waterproof, come si dice, impermeabile. Per quello che riguarda lo sviluppo della scheda e del firmware, questo è già consolidato ormai da quasi un anno, se non di più. L'ultimo anno l'ha proprio dedicato a queste componenti esterne, che però sono altrettanto importanti per uno strumento di qualità. Please go on.
Okay, thank you. And here's some user interface of the Cavway X1. The Cavway X1 adopts the dot matrix LCD, which supports to show more characters, and it can show more contents compared to the old DistoX. And the basic operation method should closely mimic the usage habits of DistoX users as much as possible. That means if you are skilled users DistoX, I don't think you need any extra time to learn the new device. You can learn it. You can use it immediately.
Yeah, that's a good idea indeed. Just to put as minimum as possible the name of change from what people are used to. Ha detto che usa un display LCD a matrice di punti, e per cui è molto più comodo del DistoX e può mostrare molte più cose, però il modo di usarlo segue abbastanza, per quanto possibile, da vicino quello dell'uso del DistoX, per cui uno che già usa il DistoX non troverà molte differenze. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. And here's another two-user interface of the new Cavway X1. Cavway X1 equipped with magnetic interference detection, and this is the basic principle of its this function. It's mainly comparing the MG vector magnitudes of the two sensors and DIP angles computed from the two sets of sensors, and also the compensated MG vector of the two sets of sensors. Also azimuth and inclination angles computed from this two sets of sensors. Because the Cavway X1 equipped with two sets of sensors, it can achieve more reliable magnetic interference detection, and also can check if calibration still works. And also all the three holes can be set for the comparings. I have used this device several times, and in my experiments, I found this comparing principle is very reliable. When I put the Cavway too close to my headlamp, there will be an alert, very reliable. And if my calibration got lost, there will be a lot of alert in every shots I made.
How close do you have to put it to your headlamp to get a warning from the Cavway?
That depends on my headlamp. If I use Phoenix, maybe it has if I put it maybe 10 centimeters, it will get a warning. But if I use another model of headlamp, which is more strong magnetic, maybe 20 centimeters or even half a meter, I will get a warning.
Did you try the distance of warning with your phone, with a phone, with a...
With a phone, maybe 20 meters or 30 meters, 30 centimeters, sorry.
30 centimeters.
30 centimeters.
30 centimeters. So if you're doing solo solving, you have to be aware, you have to keep your phone at least 30 or say better half a meter away from the Cavway.
And also keep the device maybe some distance from an anchor.
Also from anchor, yes, because anchor are really disturbing the magnetic field. But you told me once that the calibration remains more stable longer with the Cavway than with the DistoX, right?
Yes, I will talk about it later in
Ok, so brief translation. Il dispositivo ha doppi sensori, sia magnetico che gravitazionale, e per questo gli permette di valutare all'interno del dispositivo stesso se ci sono delle interferenze per cui la misura diventa non più affidabile. E ha detto che per esempio con la sua lampada a, mi sembra 10 centimetri, risulta questo warning. Con altre lampade anche a 20 centimetri e con un cellulare sui 30, io mi aspetto anche 40 centimetri di distanza. Ok, please continue.
Okay, thank you for the translation. There are some other user interface of the new Cavway X1. It's equipped with historical data table UI. In the historical data table, users can check historical data. The left and right button can be scroll the historical data. And the lag is displayed in bold. You can see there's a lag. The bold three shots. There's a lag, and if there's a E, that means there's an accuracy error. By pressing the M button, users can enter the detailed page of each shot. We can see the data and why there's a accuracy error. If there's if the ABS-G, ABS-M exceeds the 3 holes, or there's a big error compared, if there's a big error from a difference between the two sets of sensors, there will be an accuracy error. Users can check why there's a E in front of an arrow in front of in each shots. And another advantages of the new device is there's a much louder lag alert sounds. In DistoX, when there's a river, underground river in the cave, I usually ignore or I can't listen the beep, the double beep. But in Cavway, the double beep is much louder and with LCD splash. And there's a accuracy alert. If data error exceeds 3 holes, there will be an alert.
Okay, but I question, DistoX X has a memory buffer of about 1,000 shots. How big is the memory buffer in Cavway? How many shots does it remember?
There are 2,048 shots.
Yeah, about 2,000 then. It's twice as big as that of the DistoX.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's bigger and more data is recorded,
Yeah.
including the raw data, the raw original data of outputted by the
Yes.
sensors.
Yeah. Briefly, questa è un'altra schermata. Qui vedete che fa vedere gli ultimi 5 dati. È possibile fare lo scrolling su e giù con i bottoni dei dati. Le battute, i dati riconosciuti come battute sono in bold, perciò sono in grassetto, e se c'è una E indica un errore. Si può entrare nel menu e vedere i dettagli di un dato e i dettagli dell'errore. Gli ho chiesto quanti dati contiene la memoria, il disto ne aveva 1000, il Cavway ne ha più di 2000 circa, 2048 per esattezza. Da notare che il Cavway registra anche i valori grezzi misurati dai sensori, cosa che il disto non aveva, perciò contiene molte più informazioni nella sua memoria. Inoltre, una cosa che ha sottolineato è che il suono di battuta, cioè il doppio beep, è molto più forte nel Cavway che non nel disto X, quindi anche se c'è rumore d'acqua nella grotta è più facile sentirlo. Infatti, quando c'è una battuta, quando il dispositivo riconosce la battuta, c'è anche un flash dello schermo, cioè si accende e si spegne 2 o 3 volte di seguito. Lui ha scritto splash, però è flash. Va bene, thank you. Continue, please.
Thank you. And another very important upgrade of the new device is standalone calibration. DistoX has to perform calibration with a smartphone app, and by Cavway, it can perform calibration without any supporting of smartphone. But the traditional feature of calculating calibration parameters by smartphone has been retained. That means users can do the calibration as the old way as DistoX. Here, I also thanks to Marco Cavway for developing the function in TopogDroid of calculating the calibration parameters. And another very important new function is smart calibration assistance. By DistoX, sometimes the user always forget the orientation he has made, or maybe in one group he made 5 shots or 3 shots. That will make the calibration maybe failed, and it will be some little difficulty to find the wrong shots. In Cavway, there's a smart calibration assistance function. For example, in the upper user interface, there's a 2 circle. User's task is to fulfill the 2 circle with black, with dark. If you fulfill the 2 circle with all dark, you will complete the calibration. You don't need to remember the orientations you have made in the calibration. And another very important function is automatically calibration group detection. You don't need to remember how many shots you have made in a group. If you have made 4 shots and everything is correct, you move to a new orientation, and Cavway will automatically assign the count of the group. And also there's a calibration error detection function. If you made an error in a calibration, for example, you made a wrong shot of if or if the new shots error is too big, the group will be automatically resetted, and user can also recite a group at any time. So from my point of view, by Cavway X1 is much easier to achieve better calibration result.
Ok, brief translation. Un altro grande vantaggio del Cavway è la calibrazione. La calibrazione prima di tutto si può fare sul dispositivo stesso, non c'è bisogno dello smartphone per fare la calibrazione. In secondo luogo, la calibrazione è assistita in due modi. Primo, la vedete l'immagine superiore, si vedono dove avete fatto i tiri di calibrazione. Praticamente sarebbero quelle zone scure con il puntino bianco in mezzo. Quando voi avete coperto tutti i due cerchi, i cerchi sarebbero le possibili direzioni dei tiri, avete fatto abbastanza tiri ben distribuiti per coprire tutte le direzioni del fantomatico cubo di Ebb. Il secondo grande miglioramento che ha fatto dell'assistenza alla calibrazione è la detezione automatica dei gruppi di 4, perché la calibrazione è fatta facendo tiri di gruppi di 4 tiri. Non dovete contare quanti sono i tiri di un gruppo, perché anche se ne fate 5 lui tiene conto degli ultimi 4. Voi continuate a girare di 90 gradi e lui tiene sempre gli ultimi 4. Infine, se per caso fate un tiro sballato, lui risetta il gruppo, cioè riparte non tiene conto dei tiri precedenti, ma risetta e riparte come se quello fosse il primo tiro del nuovo gruppo. Ci sono altre possibilità di far vedere, di risettare il gruppo e altre funzioni. Comunque la calibrazione, per quello che ho provato io personalmente a fare, è più facile che con il DistoX e viene anche più precisa, proprio per queste funzioni di ausilio. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your translation. Yeah, next slide is my experiment made from January to March this year, and my experiment in January shows the new device is a more robust anti-calibration loss and magnetization, because the internal structure layout of the Cavway X1 is fully optimized for geomagnetic measurement. For example, the DistoX is modified by Leica. Leica's device is not optimized for geomagnetic measurement. For geomagnetic measurements, all magnetic parts has to be put as far as possible from the magnetic sensor. So I optimized the structure layout for this new device, and which enable the device to maintain calibration parameters effective for very long periods. That's requiring minimal recalibration. For example, here is my experiment made in early months this year. From January 31st to February 1st, I calibrated Cavway X1 in Hunan province, Zhangjiajie, Hunan province. Then I surveyed 1,811 meters. And from after a week, I moved to Fenghuang, Fenghuang city, Hunan province. Where is approximately 230 kilometers away from Zhangjiajie as a calibration place. I found no recalibration is needed because I made a lot of tests to prove my assumption. I made a lot of backside tests, and all backside errors, the azimuth errors is less than 0.4 degree. And I also there's a very big loop in my service in the cave. The loop length is approximately 800 meters, and the relativity error is only 0.1%. And after the survey, the Cavway X1 was mixed with a lot of electronic devices like smartphones and batteries for a very long time. And after a month, I back to Beijing, and I checked the calibration in a cave in Beijing, and I found no recalibration is needed. I found the calibration still works, and all errors, there's still no errors. All the errors is less than 0.4 degree for azimuth, as well as inclination.
How did you check the calibration? With the foresight and backside?
I made a lag. Fan helped me because I made a shot from station A to station B, and I record the azimuth and inclination, and I made another lag from station B to station A. And
so
I made several groups.
Yeah, you just did the calibration verification process with several legs, measured the foresight and then backside. Okay, thank you. So briefly,
and I also make some loop tests. I also make some loop size with 3 legs loop size loop text.
And the loop closed well enough. The 3-leg loops.
The relativity error is less than 0.5%.
Ok, thank you. So, allora, ha detto che la calibrazione del Cavway è più robusta al degrado proprio perché nel fare la progettazione ha curato molto l'aspetto di dover fare misure geomagnetiche, quindi nel tenere i sensori magnetici essenzialmente distanti il più possibile nel layout interno del dispositivo dai componenti che possono avere delle influenze. Ha fatto un esperimento che è durato circa poco più di un mese, ha calibrato un Cavway in una grotta in una regione in Cina alla fine di marzo, e poi è andato a fare un rilievo in un'altra a circa 270 chilometri e ha fatto misure avanti e indietro tra coppie di capisaldi e ha rilevato un errore in azimuth di meno di 0,4 gradi. C'era anche un anello che chiudeva con di circa 800 metri, che chiudeva con un'accuratezza di circa 0,1%. 800 metri diviso 1000 vorrebbe dire cosa? Meno di un metro, per su, ben dentro i limiti di accuratezza di un rilievo che si fa col DistoX. Dopo un mese in cui il Cavway è stato portato assieme ad altri componenti elettronici, cioè in vicinanza con altri componenti elettronici, per cui poteva essere disturbato e la calibrazione poteva essere degradata da questo, ha fatto un test a 10 marzo a Beijing, e ancora una verifica di calibrazione con tiri avanti e indietro e anelli di tre battute, e ancora risultava calibrato sempre con ben sotto l'errore di mezzo grado, cioè quindi con un errore azimutale nelle misure di circa 0,4 gradi. Thanks. Continue, please.
Okay, thank you. And this is another feature of the new device. There's a Windows application called Cavway Assistance, which can make a firmware upgrade and a data analysis. Cavway Assistance firmware as well as the communication protocol of USB and Bluetooth LE can be downloaded at cavwaydevice.com. I only developed the Windows application for the new device because my time is I always got very busy and I don't have enough time for the app for the development of a Macintosh or Linux operating system. So I shared the communication protocol on my website. So developers are very welcomed if they have a ability to develop the application for another operating system. And all historical data, including the azimuth, inclination, as well as the original data of the two sets of sensors can be downloaded. Users can analyze with the original sensor data. Users can analyze the data accuracy and even they can restore a survey if they found the survey is not accurate enough, so they can even maybe make a calibration at the end of a survey, and they can use the new calibration parameters to compensate the old survey data to make the data more accurate. So it can be used for data restore.
Yeah, for a correction of data. Yes, this function is already in TopoDroid. I added it. That you can take a group of data and recompute their azimuth and inclination using a different calibration. But
yes,
of course, it works only for the Cavway because it's the only device that has the raw data with the shots. Brevemente, c'è un'applicazione Windows per interfacciarsi via USB con il Cavway, che è il Cavway Assistant, e con questa applicazione si possono scaricare i dati e anche fare gli aggiornamenti del firmware. Lui non ha abbastanza tempo per fare applicazioni per altri sistemi operativi come Macintosh e Linux, per questo il protocollo di comunicazione USB e Bluetooth Low Energy sono scaricabili dal sito che vedete lì, cavedevice.com. Se qualcuno qualche di sviluppatore vuole fare applicazioni per gli altri sistemi, è benvenuto. Un'altra cosa che ha detto è che avendo i dati che si vengono scaricati, le informazioni, anche i valori grezzi dei sensori, è possibile fare correzioni a posteriori se risulta che è stato fatto un rilievo col dispositivo non calibrato, perché si può calcolare la calibrazione del dispositivo a posteriori e ricorreggere azimuth e inclinazione dei dati utilizzando la calibrazione calcolata. Thanks. Please go on.
Okay, and the last slide is about the release time.
And this is the question that probably everyone wants to ask.
Yeah, because the device has been delayed for a very long time because mainly because my personal healthy problem, and
no, also because you want to make it a good device, because at first I remember you were planning to have something about 1 year ago, and then
because I made
then you made a lot of tiny detail. You concerned about very tiny details. For example, where to put the hole for the tail for the screw of the tail, and so that it would be perfectly aligned with the laser, and many other things.
Right.
And the symbol on the keypad as well, and also the the user interface. So the action of the user interface. A lot of tiny details that make a difference between simple a device and something that looks like more professional. So
yes, yes. After when I visited you last year, October last year,
yes,
I give you a very initial version of the Cavway X1, and after I back to China, I made a lot of optimization on that version. Yeah, your version is not waterproof, and
no.
I checked. Yeah,
Also,
it's not waterproof.
I checked that the laser in the prototype you gave me is not as bright, as strong as that of the DistoX or the brick. And
Yeah.
you told me that you used now a new laser, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. There's an upgrade version of the laser, and I also made some optimization on the case. I will make the case completely waterproof. It also is a not easy things. Because I'm an electronic engineer, I'm not familiar with structure, and I spend a lot of time on the waterproof issue, like the dispensing and other topics. And I also make some upgrades on the sensors on the PCB. I made the sound louder, and I make everything more reliable. Yeah, so I spent a lot of time on it. And another problem is the production, because everything has to be produced in factories by molds. I have contacted a lot of factories, and in fact, most factories refuse to help me produce this device because my quantity is too small. And some of the factory accept my orders, but in fact, the price to produce this part is extremely high. But I have no other choice. I have to choose them to produce this kind of parts, like the keypad, like the USB plugger, and the protection case, and so on, and LCD. Everything has to be customized in factories by molds. So everything is a crazy high factor for this price.
How many devices do you plan to produce in the first batch?
Maybe less than 50, maybe 30, 40, or 50. Maybe 50 device,
50.
less than 50. Yeah, less than 50 devices.
Why so few devices? Don't you think there will be many more people willing to get one?
Yeah, because I like to collect some suggestions from the my
first users.
Yeah. Maybe they will give me some suggestions, and I will maybe for the firmware I will make a new firmware, develop a new version of firmware. Yeah, this is
because does the number of devices produced affect the price of making them in factory? Because you have to have the device completely made in a factory, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that if you produce, say, order of 1,000, wouldn't that cost less?
Yeah, maybe the first production, I will produce the case and produce the PCB separately. Maybe in the first production, I will produce more cases and more keypads, USB pluggers, and for the main PCB, and I will only produce 50. Maybe only produce the 50 and distributed all these 50 devices worldwide and collected feedbacks from the first users.
So that you could improve on the internals, on the PCB and the function of the Cavway, right? Is that right?
Because for PCBs, it's affordable for produce maybe only 50 for only 30, but for the cases for other parts, I have to produce maybe several hundreds or 1,000 one time.
Okay, so as I can see, the bottom line is that you expect to sell it at 580 euros plus shipping, which is about 30 euros for most European countries, and US if it's less than 1 kilogram.
That's right.
And a Cavway is about how much is that? Less than 200 grams each, no? Right. So 1 kilogram is about 5 Cavways. So
yes, that's right.
That's right. So if people join in to buy 5 Cavway in group of 5, they pay only 1 shipping and they can share at least the shipping. Ok, translation. Allora, prevede di avere delle pre-sale, delle vendite preliminari in circa un mese, ne farà circa una cinquantina, perché si aspetta di avere dei feedback dai primi utilizzatori e quindi di dover fare delle modifiche e degli improvement. Il costo è 580 euro più le spedizioni, che sono 30 per in Europa, in Italia, no? Per 1 chilo, quindi se si prendono 5 Cavway si dividono almeno, si fa 6 euro a testa. Perché
Yes? No, finisci prima. C'è una domanda.
Perché così tanto? Perché tutto deve essere fatto in fabbrica, non lo può fare a casa lui, soprattutto lo stampo e di tutti i componenti, soprattutto del case, e in particolare la chiusura sigillata per IP67. È vero che pensa di far fare molti case e cioè molto delle componenti esterne dell'involucro, e si aspetta di dover fare le ottimizzazioni che verranno in base ai feedback, soprattutto sulla parte interna, sulla PCB e sulle funzionalità. So, Marina, you have a question. What was that?
Sì, chiedono, te lo dico in italiano, come si interfaccia il Cavway con le attuali app di rilievo, come Topodroid?
Ok.
Una domanda. E se ci sono funzionalità in sviluppo per migliorare la compatibilità? Da Topodroid, va bene.
Well, there was a question. There's a question, Siwei. They ask, how does Cavway interface with the current case serving app, like Topodroid or Sextop or Cave or Cave serving or whatever? For Topodroid, I can answer it. I think that Topodroid completely supports Cavway except for the firmware upgrade. But firmware upgrade is such an unusual, very rarely done on a device. So I think it's better to leave it to a PC program. What about the other apps? Siwei, what about the other apps? And there is also a question. The question is, how does Cavway X1 interface with the apps that are currently used in cave serving? Is it
sorry, you have,
is this is the Cavway supported by the Cave Survey app?
Support Cave Survey?
Is the device, is the Cavway device is supported the Cavway device function, say data download, and is it can be done with which cave surveying app can be used with the Cavway besides Topodroid? I know that Topodroid can be used with Cavway and has a lot of function for working with Cavway. But what about the other apps?
The other apps. I have yeah, I also contacted the Rich Smith. Rich Smith contacted me about 2 months ago, and I already gave him the product, and also the developer of Cave, Paulina, contacted me last year, and I also gave him the product to her.
What about cave surveying? Which is who's the developer of cave surveying? Marina, do you remember his name?
Yeah. I will contact him. I have the contact. I have his email, and I will contact him later, and I will assist him to develop the driver for this new device. He has already developed. He has already developed the driver of DistoX310, and based on the old drivers of the DistoX310, I'm sure that he will develop the new driver.
Because Cave Survey supports a lot of devices, even many devices that are not much used in cave surveying. Do you know if this app, what is the level of support of this app? If they are working, they work with the Cavway already, or they are still under development?
Still in development. I think they are still in development. Because I sent Paulina a device approximately 2 months ago, and I think it may take some time for her to develop the driver.
And what about Rich Smith?
Rich Smith, I don't know, because for the past two months, I spent most of my time in
the hospital. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have time to contact him.
Okay.
So maybe I will send him an email asking about the progress of the new driver.
Allora, devo tradurre, Marina, o è tutto chiaro? Vabbè, comunque dice che ha preso contatti gli sviluppatori di queste app, in particolare Rich Smith, che è per lo sviluppatore di Sexitopo, ha mandato il protocollo 2 mesi fa, ma poi lui ha avuto problemi di salute e non ha potuto continuare, lui Siwei. Un annetto fa con Pauline, che è lo sviluppatore di Cave, e gli ha mandato addirittura un device, un prototipo, circa 2 mesi fa, per immagina che siano che abbia fatto dei progressi sul supporto per il Cavway X1. E quanto riguarda Cave Surveying, lo contatterà prossimamente. Ti ricordi, Marina, come si chiamava quello di Cave Surveying, quello che abbiamo incontrato al Balkan Cave Camp? Accidenti.
Poi lo guardo, adesso su Facebook ce l'ho.
Va bene, ok, thanks. Please continue. Are you done with the presentation, Siwei? Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
So,
siamo a 59 minuti. Se mi lasciate un attimo di tempo,
okay.
Chiudere e riavviare.
Okay, let's take a short break. But Marina, while we take a short break and Marina start, we can see if there is any question. People in the room.
No, it's okay.
Is anyone willing? Is there any question? Nessuno che alza la mano. Nobody.
Davide
No.
ha chiesto se possiamo produrre le presentazioni tradotte. Io gli ho già detto di sì, se si invece gentilmente a disposizione.
Okay, Siwei, there is a question from Guy asked if we can make a translation of your slides and distribute them. Could you send me the slides so that I translate them and I put them on somewhere on the web?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I will send my presentation to you by email.
Yeah, thanks. I will take care of the translation and the distribution then.
I stop now.
You stopped. Okay. Were there a question on the web?